Hi, it's time for another Rory Gilmore reading challenge. And I have got the book right here. I already picked one, and I'm wondering if, by the looks of this outfit, you can tell which episode this is. I will give one hint it is in the first season. So, if you look at this outfit and you're thinking Rory Gilmore, then what are you thinking? Which episode do you think it is? Or, like, maybe not which episode, but what happens in the episode? I'm actually supposed to wear it like this. That's that's exactly what she looked like. One on one. It's copy paste. It really isn't. Okay, I'll give one more hint. Her dress was orange. Hmm? Do you know? If you have any guesses, you can leave them in the comments and we'll see if you're right. It's season 1, episode 14, and it's the one with the baby chicken that she's like taking care of, where Luke and Lorelai decide what color to paint his diner, and also where in the beginning of the episode they are watching Donna read, and then at the end, Rory dresses up like Donna Reed with her pearls and her orange heels for Dean, and she's cooking him dinner and making dessert and all that kind of stuff. My boyfriend got home, he doesn't know I'm dressed like this. Hoi! Yeah, this is not my normal dressing attire, but oh no, I closed it. Oops. But the book that I will be reading that was mentioned in that episode, it's called A Streetcar Named Desiree, but it wasn't actually mentioned in the episode. At least I watched it and I didn't notice, but I'll tell you the little blurb that is right here. A Streetcar Named Desiree, 1947 by Tennessee Williams. Lorelai loves a streetcar reference. After Rory brought home a life-class project bird, Lorelai named it Stanley, and then switched it to Stella when she's told it's a female bird. You probably guessed what would come next. Lorelai proceeded to lose the bird and shouts, "Stella!" What do you think of Lorelai's animal naming conventions for this bird and her dog Paul Anka? What are some of your favorite pet names that you have either used yourself or have heard used? But I don't know how this connects to a streetcar named Desiree, because it's not a streetcar named Stella. But I will listen to the audiobook and then I'll tell you why that connects, because I have no idea what the book is about. It did say like it's poetry and humor, but I've got no clue. We'll see. And I'm immediately thinking of my pet. What's it called? A guinea pig. I named him or her. Oh, I have no idea. I think it's a her. I named her Knaafje, which in Dutch it makes more sense because they are like nibbling. That doesn't make sense. Why did it make sense to me? I don't know anymore. But I thought it was a cute name for a guinea pig. And our cat was named Kitty. And we had like hamsters, like the dwarf hamsters, like the really small ones. I have no idea what their names were. I'm thinking Bobby. I think that is fun when you call your pets like a normal name, like a human name. Let me get to reading the book. Again, I don't have the physical copy, so I'm just going to listen to the audiobook. So I can't show you, but there's a picture up here, probably. I think it's like only 2 hours. It's called A Streetcar Named Desire, not Desiree. My dyslexia, yeah. Okay, and I I put on the dress, and as soon as I was I was done filming, I'm like, okay, let me put on my pajamas again. So yeah, that's the real behind the scenes. But yeah, it's called A Streetcar Named Desire. The more you know. I'm dyslexic, and I thought it said Desiree. Yeah. Hi, I'm sorry about the lighting. I couldn't really film it tomorrow, and I just thought, you know what, I'm sure it's still decent, hopefully. My apologies. But I have listened to the entire audiobook. It was not at all what I was expecting, because I think I said something about it being like funny poetry. That's not what this is. It's a play, and I actually listened to like the dramatized version of it, so it wasn't a normal audiobook where they just read it, but it's like dramatized with music, and when the door slams, you actually hear a door slam and stuff like that, which made it even more intense. And I think that that's the good way to listen to this book, because it is a play, and this way it was like watching it but then not paying attention, so you didn't see it, but you did hear the actual play and the actual acting and stuff like that. So that was very interesting. It was a lot of drama. It's about this female main character called Stella. So that's the connection. And her sister Blanche needs to move in with her and her husband Stanley. Blanche has been having a rough time because she's a feminist and she has opinions on men and where your standard should be, and she feels like her sister Stella has lowered her standards to be with Stanley. And Stanley obviously doesn't appreciate that Blanche is feeding Stella these ideas, and that Stella is starting to kind of look at her husband in a different way. Stanley doesn't like that. Stanley likes to say, "Woman, get me a drink," and then be served. Stanley is the type of man that's gonna scream if you don't give him what he wants. So we don't like that. And the iconic scene when Lorelai she has lost the chick and she's screaming, "Stella!" And the scene in this book or this play where Stanley is playing poker with the guys, and then Stella is making too much noise with the girls, and he's like, "Stella!" because she needs to be quiet and serve him a drink, basically. Which also suits the whole Donna Reed vibes of, a woman needs to take care of her man. And Stanley actually saying, like, "I'm the king of the house, I'm the this and that." Okay, sure. But I really like Blanche. She is a bit too honest. Well, no, I don't think she's too honest. I just think she could bring it in a better way, maybe. But it's nice that she's like standing on business. I think that's good. And I did enjoy listening to this dramatized version. I don't think like a play and all this drama is something I necessarily like. So I've never really read anything in this genre. So I think rating it is a bit hard for me, but I think I'm going to go with a 3.5 because I do like it. It's just not something I'm necessarily into. But it's so sad because there are some rumors about Blanche, and that's making her life even harder. And this is in a time period where you really need a man, to kind of, the man takes care of the woman with money, and then the woman takes care of the man in the households, chores and stuff like that. So it is hard not to have someone, and she does feel lonely, I think. But there was like a tragic accident that happened, and it's very emotional. And I think the characters are very realistic, or just you like. I felt the tension, and it was very well portrayed. So I definitely do think it's a good book, and if you're interested in listening to a play that is quite a bit of drama, but it's like there's a strong female main character. And in the beginning, I thought everybody's relationship is different. She's okay with him being drunk sometimes, and that's okay. And, don't judge somebody else's relationship. You don't know what's happening, and you don't know, like, you lose a battle, you win a battle, the pick your battles type of thing. And maybe people have different standards. Maybe somebody doesn't mind if they don't get a text back, and maybe somebody is like, "I need to know where you are at all times." I don't know. People are very different. So when I was listening to it in the beginning, I was just like, why is she so rude about Stanley. She's just met him for like 15 minutes. How could she know that he's so bad? She's just misinterpreting, maybe. Yeah, her gut feeling was right. Stanley is not a great person. Also, not really to do with this book, but I will say I am really enjoying figuring out more of the quotes from Gilmore Girls, because I am sure I will watch the whole series again at some point. And then when I watch it, I can say, oh, I know that book. I've read that book, or I listened to that book. I know what this quote is about. I know this reference. And I think that's actually a lot of fun to finally understand. Maybe this summer I should read one of the chunkiest books on the list. That's a challenge. I mean, not the Oxford English Dictionary. That's not. That's crazy. But yeah, I definitely am enjoying doing this challenge. And if you do know the books that are in this challenge and you have like a recommendation of a book that you have read that Rory has also read and you really enjoyed it, then you can let me know in the comments and I'll definitely check it out. If you like this video, you can press the thumb and leave a comment. I will reply to all the comments. And yeah, if you want to see more of me, you can also subscribe. I will definitely be doing more of these Rory Gilmore challenges. Don't know exactly when I'll get to them, but you'll see them appear now and then. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!